AF, ladies and gentlemen. AF. What's up, guys? It is Wednesday, hump day, March 5th? 6th. March 6th. March 6th, right? Yeah, March 6th, 2024. That is the Bitcoin block height. Listen, guys, as you can see from the title, God, family, country, Bitcoin, in that order. First and foremost, I want to say, I thank God every day when I get a chance to talk to you guys, but I need to wake up first to do that, and he gave me another day, and I'm very, very thankful for that. And this is not a religious channel, obviously, but I do talk about different things that are very, very important in my life. But just in case you didn't know, God is number one in my life, and my family is so, so important to me. I know it's important to you, and also this country and Bitcoin. Those are my things that I'm very, very passionate about. And I want to thank every single one of you guys for being here on this channel and watching and leaving me comments and everything else. I really, really appreciate it, because if you guys didn't do that, if you didn't hit the like button or share the videos or give me watch time, you know, watching the videos and just interacting, I'd be a nobody on this platform. I would. And you know, we've reached a milestone. I don't like calling people subscribers. I don't like that. We reached a milestone of people that view my channel, you guys that hit that red button. And if you haven't done that, hopefully I can earn your subscription or your view to me, and I appreciate it. And the man that gave me the 1,000th subscriber, or the 1,000th milestone, he left me a comment and told me about it. I was like, oh, cool, thanks. I think it was yesterday. So that was cool. We were sitting on $9.99 for a couple of days. But as of right now, because people do unsubscribe to the channel a lot, right now, I checked it before, we have reached that milestone. And I just want to say I really, really appreciate it. And I wanted just to give you a gentle reminder of how fortunate we are in our life, man. We just are to wake up every single day. Because, you know, we talk about a lot of problems and stuff. And I'm more of a glass full type of guy, not empty. Sometimes I'm empty, though. But just to be able to be alive and thriving towards our goals and accomplishing things. And, I mean, just the process of us being here, man. I mean, if you think about it, you know, your dad had millions and millions of sperms. And then that one made it to your mother's eggs. And that's you, you know, and there's nobody else in the world like you. I mean, the chances of that for you to be you is, you know, beyond the scope of the universe. There never has been anybody like you, and there never will be anybody like you. So that's why I don't like calling people subscribers or something like that. When I tell you guys I love you, I do, man. I really, really do. I love you guys as my brothers and sisters of God's children. We all are, and we're all countrymen. We all share that alike. You guys are all family men and women, and we love our country, man. We all love our country. And we got some good news yesterday, kind of good and bad, but Nikki Haley dropped out of the race, and obviously Donald Trump won the Super Tuesday, obviously. Desperate times calls for desperate measures, and what Donald Trump did yesterday was unbelievable. He did lose Vermont, but if you ever been to Vermont, no disrespect to anybody from Vermont, but that's just the state that he probably was going to lose. It just is what it is. So it's just scary when I see so many people vote for somebody like that woman, man. It just scares me that people are just not awake. And I've said this once, and I'll say it 1,000 times. It's not about Republican or Democrats, conservatives, liberals, blacks, whites. There's only two parties in this country, man. You're either a patriot or a traitor. In my opinion, that's just, it is what it is. And that's why I'm so strong on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is for everybody. It really is. It just is. And people don't know it yet. And that's why I'm so bullish on it. But I want to say something before I start talking about Bitcoin again. I want to say something about Donald Trump, because I have a funny feeling something's going to come down the pipe that I'm not going to agree with. So let me just say this. The reason why I named this video God, Family, Country, Bitcoin, because I want people to understand what I stand for, right? I don't put any man above any of that stuff. No man above God, no man above my family, definitely not my country or Bitcoin. Bitcoin is not owned by anybody. It's not a CEO. A lot of people get confused when it comes to Donald Trump and me, or Donald Trump period, that, you know, Donald Trump is America. I think Donald Trump is the best choice to lead America at this point in stage right now. I did think it was Vivek Ramaswamy, but the people chose that he wasn't. They said he wasn't, and the people spoke. And I'm okay with that. I'd like him to be the VP.
He's a fantastic guy, a very smart guy. He's got some tremendous ideas, and he's young, and he's got some young ideas too, and that's a good thing. So he has a big, beautiful, bright future ahead. Vivek Ramaswamy. Come on up, Vivek. Let's do this, guys.
I think he's the best choice. Is he the best choice to get more votes? Probably not, because at the end of the day, he's just another Donald Trump in a lot of people's eyes. He's not to me, but, you know. But I listened to Nikki Haley's speech yesterday, and or this morning, and it was very, very disturbing. That woman, I'm telling you this, guys, you cannot trust that woman as far as you can throw her, okay? She lied so many times, man. She said she wouldn't run against Donald Trump. She did. She said in the pledge when she signed it for the Republican Party that she would back Donald Trump if she lost. Now she's not. She's a corrupt woman, man. When she's speaking, she's not speaking to any voters. And these voters that back her and stuff like that don't even understand that. She's talking to the donor class in the military-industrial complex and the establishment. When people call Donald Trump a far right-winger or whatever, if you really look at his policies, he's not far right. Again, guys, I'm from New York State. I bought Donald Trump's courses for many years. I used to be a real estate investor. Donald Trump is a yuppie from New York City. He used to be a Democrat. If anybody knows anything about politics, Donald Trump is the farthest thing from a right-winger or a far right-winger that you can find. The problem is politics changed the definition of things, and now they're calling him a far right-wing extremist. The reason they call him that because he's the farthest thing from the establishment, and that's what I love about Donald Trump. I'm just trying to skate to where the puck is going, or looking out a couple steps ahead. In her speech, she's basically saying she wants Donald Trump to capitulate to her and her wants if he wants her votes. So in other words, we need to send money overseas, because that's what she said in her speech. Long story short. And she's evil, man. She made her money getting paid off the military-industrial complex. She lost her own state, South Carolina, to Donald Trump. And all the higher-ups in South Carolina, they all voted and backed Donald Trump. Why is that? If Donald Trump, here's my point. If Donald Trump selects Nikki Haley as his vice president, which I think she's trying to be, because when you hear her talk, I thought she was going to be either run third party or be a Democrat, or just, you know. And also, before I say this, she suspended her campaign. She didn't stop it fully. She suspended it, AKA just in case Donald Trump gets taken off the ballot in some way, she'll be right there to scoop it up. The only person I think that MAGA or America First people will vote for, if that would happen, would be Vivek Ramaswamy. He's just the most America First guy. I don't want him to pick her as vice president, because if he does, I cannot vote for Donald Trump. And again, I'm about my country. I'm about the U.S. Constitution that was started with the Declaration of Independence. And we had a war, and a lot of people died in the conflicts. And for order for us to become this great, great nation, that we're slowly but surely losing our values and ideals of these great men that started this. I'm not talking about just the founding fathers. I'm talking about the people, the regular civilians like us, the farmers, the regular people that fought and died for this country, man. Nikki Haley is an antithesis of that. She's the complete opposite of what we stand for. She's all about war and all about the establishment, man. And in my personal opinion, she's an evil woman. And again, it's not about Republicans or Democrats. I don't care what party you're in. okay? If I had a choice to vote for, and I'm telling you, if I had a choice to vote between RFK Jr., who's a Republican, I mean a Democrat, an independent now, because the quote unquote Democrats, democracy they care about, don't even let them in the party. Anyways, if I had a choice between RFK Jr. and Nikki Haley, I'd pick RFK Jr. in a heartbeat. Now, I'll tell you this too. If I had a choice between Nikki Haley and Joe Biden, I'd probably pick Joe Biden.
What you talking about, Willis?
Now that's saying something. Now again, that's the lesser of two evils, of course. But the reason why I pick Joe Biden is because I feel like he is weak. He's being controlled by somebody else, evil people, of course. It'd both be terrible for either one of them. But I don't think we'd be immediately in a war and sending our troops to die. Nikki Haley would actually send our troops to die, and she'd probably print more money than Joe Biden, causing inflation to be even worse and people over here suffering, and it would just be terrible, man. It would be terrible because she'd be even more controlled and captured than Joe Biden. But anyway, I'm going on a rant here. If Donald Trump picks her as the vice president, I can't back him. I cannot do it. So he's got a choice to make here in the next couple of months as far as the vice president goes. He better choose wisely, man. He better choose wisely. So enough of that. So anyway, so Bitcoin, I don't know if you guys know it, but Bitcoin came back up a couple thousand. I don't know what the price is right now, but BlackRock bought the most Bitcoin it has bought since it started. It bought over 12,000 Bitcoin, I think 12,600 or something like that, Bitcoin yesterday. And as of this morning, they're off to an even bigger start than they were yesterday. I don't know what the end result's gonna be, but they're off to even bigger. And who knows, they may even buy even more than they did yesterday. But the buying is not gonna stop. It doesn't matter how high the price goes, they're still gonna buy it. They're not gonna get as many Bitcoin, obviously, because the price is up. But when I did some research yesterday, the reason why the price dumped, because people took profits. You know, people that have been buying early in 2010, 11, you know, they bought Bitcoin for pennies and, you know, dollars or whatever, and they sold a bunch of them. And hey, if they want to do that, they want to do that. I couldn't sit here and tell you if I bought back in 2010 and if I had 10,000 Bitcoin, even knowing what I know now, obviously they know more about Bitcoin than I do. If it hit the all-time high of 68, 69,000, that I wouldn't sell 1,000 of them, you know, and keep 9,000 or sell 100 of them or whatever. If it hit the all-time high of 68, 69,000, that I wouldn't sell 1,000 of them, you know, and keep 9,000 or sell 100 of them or whatever they did. You know, I'm not mad about that, but that can't keep going. I mean, there wasn't that many people that can do that. The amount, I mean, look how quickly the price came back up in 24 hours because the buying is crazy. Listen, man, I predicted that Bitcoin would hit $110,000 in my January 1st prediction video. I think our high next year could hit 110. Now, a lot of people are saying 250, 500. I don't see that happening because there's just so many people that don't understand Bitcoin. They're just going to be selling it, thinking they're going to make a profit. And again, this is why I got to work my ass off so that people can understand. And I'm going to tell you right now, I was wrong about that. I believe it's going to go much, much higher than that. Once Grayscale starts dumping their Bitcoin and they stop completely because they're at, you know, where they're at now, because they can't keep obviously selling their Bitcoin. They only have 400-something thousand. BlackRock and Fidelity alone have 1% or over 1% of the total Bitcoin supply that will ever be mined. They have over 200-something thousand Bitcoin. And I'm guessing in a week or two, maybe less, BlackRock itself, because you need 210,000 to have 1% of the 21 million that'll ever be made. They're at 183,000 something right now. I mean, I'm not a mathematician here, guys. Do the math. And again, I don't like to value Bitcoin in dollars, but that's the measuring stick we use right now. And I'll get into more of this on Social Saturday, but let's just say it's costing a lot more cup bucks for the same amount of Bitcoin. It just is, and it's going to be. So I'm not telling anybody to buy Bitcoin or anything like that. All I'm asking you to do is, like I said yesterday, and I'll say it again, is study Bitcoin. Figure out what it is, why I'm wrong, and why are these people buying. Just ask yourself that. But we got a long way to go on this journey, guys. Again, I really appreciate every single one of you for being here and subscribing, hitting that button, hitting all the things that you hit on the, helping me out, man. That's, when I look at it and I see 1,000 subscribers, man, I first started this channel in September of 2020, man, when I was fed up with all this stuff, and I was so excited because I was disheartened in March of 2020. But then once I found out about precious metals in the summer, I got a fire lit up under me again. And I was just so excited about something new, and I was learning all about the things that I didn't know. I went to school for finance, guys. You know what I mean? I was trying to get a finance degree. I was 15 credits short. I stopped because I couldn't be part of that. And this is before I learned about gold and silver. I wanted to be a personal financial advisor, but I couldn't be a part of the scheme and the lies and stuff. And I remember when I wanted to buy a car, my bank wouldn't let me take the money out or the cash out. And they were asking me all these questions and everything else. And that's when I learned about fractional reserve banking, and I already knew about, how they loan our money out and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I have money in the savings account, and you guys won't let me get it out, and you're asking me all these questions, but at the same time, you're loaning my money out at pennies on pennies on the dollar, and you don't ask my permission. But I gotta ask your permission to get my money. I've also been having problems with Zelle too lately. Zelle's been saying, and my bank account's been telling me, oh, you exceed your limit to send a Zelle or this and that and the third. I'm just like, what? It's my money. But now that I understand Bitcoin, it's crazy. But anyways, when I found out about gold and silver, and I learned how the real situation goes, what really causes inflation and the debasement of our energy and our money. It's stuff, guys. It just is. And I was so excited, and I was watching so many videos and everything else. I was just like, man, I want to make a YouTube channel. Because again, I used to have an NBA channel I did. I stopped doing it. I stopped doing it once Kobe Bryant died. When Kobe died, that just took the wind out of my sails. And that was at the same time when the NBA went woke. And they were writing, I can't breathe on the back of the shirts and everything else. And I was just so sick and tired of being in New York State. I had the Governor Cuomo lecturing to me every morning and telling me, then I had to, every time I went somewhere, they told me to stand here and stand there and put this mask on. And so when I made my first video in September 2020, I was so excited. And then a couple of months later, at the end of October, actually, I left. I moved out of New York State. And I came to, took a 10-day trip down to see my friend down in Arkansas. And then I drove down from there across down to southern Nevada to Las Vegas. And it was cool because it was a silver state, and I love silver so much. And I come a long way, man. I come a long way. And I'm telling you this, I don't have any embarrassments about being wrong about precious metals being the #1 asset in the world, because I thought it was, because I didn't know about Bitcoin at the time. But my experiences in those coin shops and experiences of learning a lot from the comment section, because again, man, there's wisdom in the crowd, and I really, really appreciate you guys every time you leave me a comment and teach me something, because you're not just listening to me to learn from me. I make these videos to get your reactions so I can learn from you. And I gotta say, man, I never thought I'd get to 1,000 subscribers because, the things I say, and I get so many warnings, and I stopped a couple of times, and I wasn't gonna, 1,000 subscribers, 1,000 people hitting the button, or people listening to you, is not a lot in the big picture, but for what I do and how long it took me, it is a big deal for me. And honestly, I didn't think I was gonna get here. It wasn't one of my goals. I just kept cranking out videos and just leaving my thoughts. And honestly, I do these videos up until 2024, I did it kind of like a therapy session. I do it because I just wanted to talk to somebody because I had nobody to talk to, man. You know, but now that I found Bitcoin and I'm really, really getting a better grasp of it, and because of the state of this country going on to 2024, I decided to take the year off. And I'm not a YouTuber. You know, I don't make funny thumbnails and all this other stuff. You do watch me on YouTube, but I'm not a YouTuber, guys. I'm just not. I'm just a guy holding the phone. I go in the house, I put it in the editor and make a couple of edits. But at the end of the day, I took the year off to fight for this country. These men and women that died for us were God-fearing people. And I always put God first, and I believe there's a lot of evil going on. I'm here to fight that evil, fight for my country, fight for my family, of course, be the man of the house, just like you guys are, men and women of the house, and to keep going and not be boggled down by a job or doing this other stuff. But that's not important right now. 2024, in my opinion, is the most important year of our lives as far as saving this country and getting us closer to a Bitcoin standard and people to understand what real money is and what's really, really going on in this country and all the lies that we've been told. But once again, I thank you guys so much for watching and doing everything you do for me, because without you, there would be no me on this YouTube channel. And again, if you don't listen to anything I got to say, I want you to listen to this. I've done all financial instruments, man, all of them. Stocks, bonds, IRAs, 401ks, real estate. I've tried to find, gold and silver, cash, different assets to save my energy in, because that's what your money is energy. You stored up energy. That's what it is. And I've done them all. But nothing, and I mean nothing, compares to the best way to save. And for me, the only way to save. And that's Bitcoin. I love each and every one of you, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace and love, guys.